Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is more on the road with Bernard Moore the third. I am here live at Full Home Barbecue, 190 Main Street here in Madison, Mississippi. Man, if you're out and about, definitely stop by. Come on in and get you some good barbecue. Now, I'm not sure where you're located, but again, it's a good drive. It took me about less than 30 minutes to get to this facility to come out and be with you guys. Thank you for joining me this beautiful Saturday morning here at Full Moon Barbecue, 1935 West Main Street in Madison, Mississippi. We got an exciting show lined up for you today. We're going to talk some sports, some food, and all the above. So you know how we do it. But joining me today is a guest that I've known for quite some time. I had an opportunity to watch him coach. Made some improvement to a lot of the programs while I saw him coaching. Where he has gone, he has always been a winner. Now, I know sometimes when we get new coaches in new spots, people may look and say, well, nah, this coach is not a good coach. He is not fit for the program. But just give it time. Always give programs time. Now, some programs may have success overnight, but give it time and you will definitely see what you're working with. But joining me today is Coach Todd McDaniels, head football coach over at Ridgeland High School. I often say Hazelhurst, but that's where you're from. That's where you lay the foundation and planted roots and grown from there. But Coach Todd McDaniel, head coach at Ridgeland High School. How you doing today, Coach?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Man, I appreciate you for joining me this Saturday. Now, wish you could have had you on location. I know it was kind of almost a last minute thing, and I know with your position at Ridgeland, you definitely want to go out and support your scholars because of basketball season is still going on and it's about to get kicked off for baseball. I know that you are very supporters of other sports as well as your football. But again, I really appreciate you joining me this Saturday morning. So, how's everything been going at Ridgeland this year?
Oh, it's been going great. The learning curve, I'm almost at the end of it. Learning everybody in the building. Have a great administrative team and a great principal, Miss Chase there. So, I'm learning I know all my kids now. I know what they can do and what they can't do. And you're speaking about sports that's going on last night. Coach McIntyre won his first district championship as district tournament championship as a head basketball coach there. We have soccer going on, baseball, softball had his first jamboree. So it's a full time job, full time evening job at that. So we're back and forth all over the state basically right now. So last night I think I left Callaway about 10:30. It was one game went to overtime, but it was well worth it. We won a championship.
Yeah, I saw that Coach Sutton over at Callaway, as well as I know Coach Stringfellow and her staff over for the Lady Titans. I saw the post and it said no, it was a nail biter and they lost in overtime. So man, y'all went into Callaway. Now I'm not saying it's a bad school, but I know that environment, that gym style. Now I know you're accustomed to it from where you played school there, and then where you matriculated to get your college degree. So you kind of accustomed to that type of hostile environment where the fans are right there on your neck.
Well,
How was it? How was the environment?
well, it reminded me of an early '80s, early '90s basketball game. That's what it reminded me of. It was hot, it was sweating, the court was slick, but it was a dog fight, and our kids went out there and they embraced it. They loved it. You can tell, you can see it in their eyes. But Vicksburg came with it last night. It wasn't nail bite all the way to the end, but I mean, I'm talking about the crowd was electric. The entire day yesterday started at 4 o'clock. So just to be in that environment, it was a good environment. We appreciate it.
Now I know, not trying to tell your age, but like you said, back in the '80s and the '90s, in those small country gyms, and basketball talent then was very tough. It was very competitive. If you were zero and whatever, but you playing against your in-town school or your district rival, everybody wants to come out on a Friday night into those hot gyms. Like I said, no, it's going to be hot. And then everybody all up on each other. Sometimes it's standing room only. The concession stand may run out of soda pops or water. So you got to endure all those type of elements. Did you feel like that, man? This is back when I was playing
Well, you know,
during that time.
I'm a '90s graduate, but I had three older brothers, and it reminded me of when we used to play Crystal Springs. People are outlining the out of bounds line on the court, you know. But you know, it was a great atmosphere. You know, Callaway did a good job at hosting the tournament. Their administration did a good job at that. So you know, um, it was a good. It you probably won't receive any more pressure that's higher than that. And I'm talking about the pressure that's like right here behind your head, you know. So it was a good environment. It was a good environment. Yeah, and you know, you make it to the big house, that's going to be easy. The fans are so far away from you, you know. But having them right there on you, you can hear every word that they're saying. You know, it's a lot of trash talking going on in there too. So, but
Now,
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
and speaking of that, now again, the environment that you come from, the team that you play for, the team that you coach. How do you, as a coach, how do you kind of control your players not to interact with the fans, especially if you're on the road in a small, compacted gym? Like I said, the fans are right there, all in your face, all in your back, and sometimes they trying to go to get to the seats. They walk across in front of the bench. I'm speaking of basketball, but it's somewhat like that in football as well. How do you control your players not to kind of interact, engage in that? Because you know how some generations are. They say somebody say something to them, they have to say something back.
Well, that starts day one. You tell your players what to do and what not to do, and that's something that you stay on throughout the entire course of the year. Also, you know, you want your players to take on your mentality. You know, you got to have thick skin playing basketball, football, or definitely coaching it. You know, so you can't bark back at every dog that barks at you. You'll never get to where you're going. You know, so our kids handled it very well. Coach McIntyre, Coach Stringfellow handled it very well. You know, the kids went out there, they accepted the challenge and they did what they had to do, you know. So but at the end of the day, you know, I always tell my kids, just look up at the scoreboard and they'll remind you why we're out here, and they see the scoreboard also. So continue to do what you do, and you'll shut them up at the end of the night.
But with that now, I know, just kind of give a timeline of yourself. Right now, you're at Ridgeland.
Uh-huh.
You transit from Vicksburg, came from
Uh-huh.
Vicksburg, came from was it Hazelhurst? I'm kind of
Uh-huh.
I may miss a school somewhere between Hazelhurst and Vicksburg. Went from Wingfield. So a lot of the programs in which you have come from. Now go ahead. I know I kind of threw a program in there
No,
in
no,
between
no.
somewhere.
No, well, you know, the programs that I've had the opportunity to lead in my past, I spent 14 years in Hazlehurst, was the head coach in Hazlehurst on three different occasions. You know, so those kids are mentally tough and very focused. You know, so when you step into environments like that, yeah, they hear the chitter chatter from the bleachers or from the sideline or even on the court or the field. You know, but that helps them focus even more. You know, so coaching in places like a Wingfield. Went into that situation. They were 5-49 over the previous 5 years, but those kids went to the playoffs for the first time in 20 years. Had 7 wins in one of the toughest districts in the state. And at that time, it wasn't 6A or 7A football. It was just 5A football, you know. And we were in there with Brandon and Hattiesburg at the time, Meridian, and those kids, you know, they accepted the challenge, you know. So they did a wonderful job. Same thing in Hazlehurst. Those guys, they don't care about they want to see the number one, number two ranking in the state, so they can let you know that, well, I'm from Hazlehurst, Mississippi. I'm better than you, and they come out and prove it.
Now, with that, now I'll tell anybody, especially even at the collegiate level, you have 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5. Now we expanded here in Mississippi to 7A. So you have a AA, Division 2, Division 3, NAIA, or NAIA, all the other institutions. I tell them that's all about money and enrollment of students. If you're at a powerhouse program like what you guys built in Hazelhurst, because it's a small town. Not saying Hazlehurst is small, but it's a small town school. As well as that, you see your guys all the way from Pee Wee League to middle school, not to varsity to high school, and sometimes you guys work with those middle schools and Pee Wee League coaches to teach them what you teach them in varsity. So once they get there, you're not missing a beat. Now, so that's a different
Oh,
compared to how, like I said, when you came to Wingfield, had seven other schools that those kids sure. So how was that transition?
Well, you know, I've been fortunate in Hazelhurst. Pee Wee football has been going on for years. So those guys come up playing Pee Wee football. So also at Wingfield High School, those guys have been playing. I think it's the 49ers there, and in Vicksburg they have the Packers and the Ravens, and they have been playing Pee Wee football for years. And those are some of the things that kids from our smaller communities that they didn't miss out on. So the Pee Wee programs are very strong. As a matter of fact, right now the Pee Wee program in Hazlehurst right now, I think they won a championship not too long ago, and they also had kids playing in the All Star game not too long ago. So those kids come up playing football, and you see them playing Pee Wee football one evening. Then on Saturday, you ride through the neighborhood, and they're out there playing touch football or tackle football. So they're going to grow up. That's what they're going to do. They're going to play football. Same thing in regional. Right now, we have the Little Titans. So those guys grow up playing football. So I've been fortunate, being in communities that really care about sports. They might not have all the resources, but we're able to put together some things and be able to get our kids out there on those fields and be able to build their talents.
Now again, this is more on the road with more and more sports management. We're here live at Full Moon Barbecue, sitting here, Coach. Now again, you should have been here, Coach. As soon as I walk in the door, I got pimp slapped with the barbecue. Now I know it's Super Bowl time, and I know everybody's cooking, and so I'm looking. So I might have to go ahead and give me a caterer to come here. Give me a catering order. So once I ready to get home to watch Super Bowl, I'll be able to watch it. But again, we here live at Full Moon Barbecue, Madison, Mississippi, 1935 Main Street. Now, Coach, now I know that you're originally, so it's right around the corner from your high school. Because when I passed by the way I came 55 and I got off, got not the Sunnybrook, I think it's the Sunnybrook exit, and I saw the sign Regional
Sunnybrook.
High School. And then
Uh
I went around across the whole, it's right here by the high school. So, Coach, whenever y'all have some catering, definitely come on by. I know Tim and his team will definitely hook you up. You can mention my name. Hopefully, they won't overcharge you because you mentioned my name
huh.
to come up here to get some catering. But I know that's one thing he specializes on. But, Coach, if you do decide to come here and get a catering, or if y'all holding a special event for the program or the booster, make sure you order some banana pudding
Right. Okay,
because
got you.
I've been up here for the past couple weekends and they talk about it and they said the only time they make it is when they're making the catering. And
Okay,
so they said, well, next time they have a catering, they're gonna sit me something to the side. So if you do it, get some banana pudding so I can try it out because
we'll
they've been
do.
bragging about it all day. So
We'll do. I
so
must. I
make sure
must.
you get that.
I must go around there and meet the owner. And it's a lot of good food in Madison. I did not have a clue about how many restaurants and homegrown restaurants that's located in Madison. So I'm finding my way around, and I found some great places. So I must stop by there. I must do some business with them
Yeah,
also.
that's it. I know you may see this guy in the camera right now. That's the owner right there, Tim. Like I said, you
Okay.
see all this sports memorabilia. They have some. I'm trying to tell them get some more JSU stuff in here, but you know how it is. We're surrounded by a lot of SEC programs. They have Alcorn. They have McNair on the front side. They got the Southern Miss
Good deal.
up here as well. And who else I'm looking at? I see one of your boys. What they call it? What was Donald Driver's nickname?
Ray Ross.
Yeah, they
Donald Ray
got
Ross.
Donald Driver pitch. They got
Uh huh.
Donald
No, no,
Driver up
Quickie.
here
I'm
as
thinking
well.
about Ray Ross. Quickie. Quickie. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Uh,
Quickie.
no problem. Like I said, we don't know people by their real name. We know them by nickname. Like I
Right.
said, you can kind of see Donald Driver in that picture. Yes, he is right up under Brett Favre and whoever the backup quarterback was. He's in between now. But yeah, it's a good place, Coach. Definitely come on out if you want to sit down and watch the game. It's a good location. Come down, sit down, and chill out. But as I say, I did this once before. I tried to order something
Uh-huh.
and try to drive and eat it,
You can't do it.
and I made a. I can't do that. You're right. I can't do that. I made a
Not
mistake
when it's
and,
good.
and kind of dropped some and drop some food. See, the thing about it, they don't. It's not pre-cooked. It's cooked when you order. So
Awesome.
everything is still hot. So if you come through the drive-through, like I said, you're gonna wait about 7 to 8 minutes because everything is cooked as you order. But it is good. So let me get out this food right now because I know I'm getting hungry. I
Right.
had a slight breakfast
Right.
this morning. But now let's talk about the Titans.
Hmm.
Now I know you just had a big signee. Uh, with your arch rival, a big offensive lineman, uh, Kerwin Burke with Jackson
Yeah,
State.
Sykes.
You had an opportunity.
Yeah, Sykes and Burt.
Yeah, yeah, you had an opportunity to help mentor him and better him because he's a big kid, and I'm glad that he did have an opportunity to sign with a great institution, the greatest institution in the state of Mississippi. And you know I'm gonna throw that out there, but hey, with him signing with Jackson State, does that make you proud as a coach for him to continue his athletic career as well as his education career?
Absolutely, absolutely. Of course, I'm biased. I wanted him to go to Alcorn. But I send film to every university and every college in the state of Mississippi and try to send it outside the state of Mississippi. And I just want our kids to be able to further their careers, whether it's academically or athletically. So by him being able to go to Jackson State, I'll be able to lay eyes on him a little bit more because he's right down the street. But I really don't care where they go. I tell them all the time, is that the mom, dad, sisters, uncles, aunties, and the coaches, we cannot make the decision for you. We're not going to sleep one night on campus with you. So wherever you go, you have to be happy with that decision. And you can't let anyone else make that decision for you because you have to do those 4 years and go down there and compete and get your academics and graduate. So I'm happy for him. If Jackson State wants to sign the next 10 I have, I'm fine with that.
Now, with that, now I know, like I said, you can't be biased. Not saying that you are biased, but you can be at times because of you want to help support your institution where you sweat, blood, sweat, and tears, and paid your money and had to go to class, all the type of stuff. But I'm the same way as well. I said, no, yes, I am a graduate of Jackson State, and when I was coaching, I wanted the guys that I coached to go anywhere. Like I said, I even sent some contacted Alcorn. I even contacted Mississippi Valley. I even contacted Southern and Grambling. Say, hey, I got this young man to look at because every school is not a good fit for every player.
Right,
So you want to go to a school where best fits you.
right.
Now, and speaking of that, what made you choose the school down on Highway 61 that they call Academic Reservation?
Well, Alcorn State, my family has been bleeding purple and gold for years. From my grandmother, dad, brothers. My mom, she went to Jackson State, but she bleeds purple and gold. So from my brothers, my uncles, we went to Alcorn State, regardless of what offers that we received outside of Alcorn State. It was basically a no-brainer of where we were going. And
Now, and
the decision that we make to go to Alcorn, my mom, dad definitely did force it up on me, but that's why I wanted to go to school.
Now, and with that, like I said, I have some young ones coming up as well as like I still coach and mentor some athletes, and they come to me and say, Coach, what's your think, Mr. Moore? What do you think about this school? And I tell them, don't just look at the name, look at the institution that can help best fit you, that help supports what you're trying to do. Because if I wanted to be not that's again not trying to knock this in, if I want to be a farmer or if I want to be someone in dairy or working in agriculture, I would have went to Alcorn because they have a top agriculture program where they're raising chickens, they're raising cattle, all that good stuff. So if I want to go agriculture, I would have went to Alcorn. If I wanted to be an attorney or a lawyer, I would have went to Mississippi because I went to Ole Miss. If I wanted to be someone that is in landscaping or learn more about engineer, I would have went to Mississippi State. So you see, those different institutions support those careers.
Absolutely. I have one daughter. She's in Houston, Texas. She went to Jackson State. She's an educator out there doing extremely well. But I also have two daughters that went to Alcorn for nursing, and they're doing extremely well. So it's to each his own. But like I said, those, when you choose your university or college, whatever the case may be, make sure that you're happy with your choice, and then you got to go out there and finish your task. So Alcorn is a very, very special place. So is Jackson State. All of our HBCUs are extremely special. But at the end of the day, of course, you want all of them to prosper, and they're doing a great job at that. But you're also going to be biased. You want them to go to Alcorn, but you're not going to push it. You're not going to push them there. I honestly believe it's the best university in the state of Mississippi by far. But we're not going to talk about that.
We'll
but
be here all
yeah,
day.
Yeah, so but um, one of the best decisions that I've made. My kids go there, my nieces and nephews go there. We are all Alcorn family. Just for instance, your family, Jackson State. But at the end of the day, we all support one another. We talk
Yeah.
noise for about a week a year, and
All right, well, now this kind of lost signal with Coach. So again, we're here live at Full Moon Barbecue. Man, again, I'm getting ready for Super Bowl Sunday. Whew, man, but this is something. This is something. But while Coach though getting on, so we're gonna take a break. We're gonna go to some of my supporters and sponsors for this show. Thank you guys for all your support. Let's take a break. We'll be back more on the road.
Hi, this is Ed Trim with Pennington and Trim Alarms. If you're tired of dealing with those national companies and you'd rather do business with a local company, give us a call at 601 939 5231. We're a company you can trust. Let us in, we'll keep them out.
We feel strongly that our area clients are best served by a financial institution that has roots here, but also has an eye on the future. That's what we believe First Commercial Bank brings to our markets. Our idea is simple: deliver a consistently exceptional client experience each and every time. We have a unique story to tell, and our talented associates are dedicated to meeting the needs of our clients every day. Visit firstcommercialbk.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Accidents happen, and the Abston Law Firm wants to help you. Don't feel overwhelmed with disruptions to your life that accidents and injuries bring. Let Willie Abston work for you. At Abston Law Firm, you're important to us. Protecting your rights and helping you meet your future needs is our main goal. We take pride in servicing our clients. We provide you with knowledgeable, caring legal representation. We are experienced and dedicated to helping you. Call for your free consultation today. Abston Law, located at 1307
Again, and welcome back to More on the Road with Bernard Moore the Third, presented to you by More and More Sports Management. We're here live at Full Moon Barbecue, 1935 Main Street, in Madison, Mississippi. Definitely come on by, get you some good barbecue. Because again, it is very exciting to eat some of the good barbecue because it is there for you. It is good. I've tried it every time I'll come up here, so definitely come on by. Now, again, we were just having a little technical difficulty, but we went to commercial, so now we're going to get back to Coach and Daniel talk about this big rivalry, Jackson State and Alcorn. Like I said, we hate each other for 1 week, but then after that Sunday afterwards, though, we're back talking and going fellowship at church and in the community stuff. Now, Coach, now with that, now you know that young lady that I said I do to. She attended that institution down on Highway 61, and we always ragging each other. But I tell her, I said, I got much love for Alcorn, I got much love for Valley. But it's only when they play against Jackson State that I sit my love down and I'm rooting for my institution. But when those two institutions are playing against everybody else, they have my support. But like I said, the only thing so I just had a bad experience down in Alcorn. That's the reason why I dislike them a little. Back, I don't know if it was 1993 or 1994. It was the last year Steve Mandel played against Jack State down at Alcorn. I was 13, 12, 13, 14 years of age. And we went down there with my uncle and a couple of guys that he worked with, drove down to Alcorn, and we had tailgate and stuff. And so I had the opportunity to watch the game. And so on the way back, we were stuck in front of the gym on that hill, and I was in a small, I forgot what type of car it was, but it was small. And my knees was in the back seat. I was sitting in the back seat. My knee was in the driver's back, and so I was stuck there for a good bit. And so I said to myself, I would never come down to Alcorn again because of that situation. But then my church, my pastor, he's a graduate of Jackson State, and then his wife is a graduate of Alcorn. And so our church, we normally doing a Jackson State Alcorn game or a Jackson State and Valley. I mean, not Jackson State and Valley, and Alcorn and Valley. We'll go down and we'll take a bus. We'll take the the church. We'll take the church down there and go to those games. And so we down there. I'm pulling up on campus like, man, I got no cell phone service. I'm like, man, God, no. So this is definitely a bad experience. So, but I know things have much improved. But I said, gang, I much love for Alcorn because every time I go visit down there, it's a quiet environment. It's friendly. It's family, and that's what my wife, told me that she liked about it. It's a very small knit community, but that everybody knows everybody because even when we're out somewhere and somebody have that A purple shirt on, I got to go speak to them. Hey, you need to get out of Jackson with that shirt on. But and then they see my wife and say, hey, you went to Alcorn too. And so it's like everybody know each other. I said she was a freshman and they were upperclassmen, so everybody knew each other. And so that's one thing I applaud Alcorn for that, as well as their nursing program and all the other grades that produce that throughout the school, such as yourself and your brothers and your family, because I know that you guys are doing a lot, and especially dealing with sports because all of your brothers are coaching right now.
Well, I have one brother. He works in management at a steel plant in Byram. I have another one that's down on the coast, and he's the Southeast Regional Manager of Lowe's. Tim, that's Terrell and Richard. Tim is Assistant Superintendent of Amite County. So all of those guys are doing
Okay.
pretty well with that Alcorn State background. But I know what the problem was with that ride back to Jackson, and it happened to be at 1992. And I know why you were so hurt. But we're not going to talk about that. But I know why you were so hurt.
No,
You had a
no,
21
see,
point
I was.
you had a 21 point lead and you still lost. But it's okay.
But I wasn't even. Like I said, I wasn't even thinking about school. I knew Jackson State was there because my grandmother house was right there on campus. I could walk out her back door and I could see the AAC because where she stayed. I
Right,
wasn't thinking about Jackson State. I was just going for football, and
right.
it was exciting to get the opportunity to see McNair. Man, I'm one. I was like Jackson State and Alcorn. Especially they had all American players on offense, defense, left and right. You can go deep down the bench and get an all American player. But the way that Steve was playing and then Sean Gregory and Ricky Jordan were playing, I'm like, are these the all American defensive players that are just that good to way that
Right.
they ran through both defense? I was
Right.
like, man,
Well,
this is just it was
when you speak about that time, you're talking about 1992. I think Steve happened to be a sophomore that year. But on the field, some reason that history has been suppressed for some strange reason. On both sides of the ball, you had 7 or 8 guys that played in the NFL. And I'll never forget, I'm reading a Sports Illustrated magazine. I was a junior or sophomore in high school at the time. And they said we had Steve McNair and a bunch of other guys in cleats. And I'm just trying to figure out, why was that suppressed so hard, at that time. Now, the older I am, I understand why. And you're talking about HBCUs, but like I said, on those teams, on that field, you had about 14 to 15 guys that played in the NFL. You had Marlo Perry, Fernando Evans, you had Steve McNair, you had Mark Finn. Donald Driver I think, was a freshman at the time. He wasn't even on the field. So those guys like that, that history was, somehow slighted, but we definitely remember it, ourselves. We remember watching those guys play and how good the swag was at that time, player for player. But still in all though, when you talk about HBC football, my blood starts to pump a little bit, So I'm sure every SWAC guy, or every MEAC guy, blood starts to pump a little bit, because we're extremely proud of our universities, So
yeah.
one guy, one of my friends said he went to Jackson State Alcorn game this year, and he's from Mississippi State. He said, "Coach, y'all love y'all university too." I said, where did you think you were going?" So
It is like I said. I know that people look at HBCU athletic. I'm gonna go back. The great legendary coach W.C. Gordon. He always stated. He said HBCU football is more of entertaining because you get individuals that they definitely want to see the halftime show. They like the pregame with the band come marching in and hyping up the crowd. And then the first and second quarter, they love the activities going on the field, and then the band's playing in the stand. Then it's as they say, the other game, the halftime show. Because I know whenever Alcorn and Jackson State play, even though it's the last game now, they prepared their routines throughout the season for that last game. Because I know sometimes, though, being at Jack State and work with the football program, I've had opportunity to hear the band practice because I was out there on the field working out while the band was practicing, and I hear the music. I'm getting to the game, so okay, well, I'm looking for an excitement. I said, hold up, y'all just worked on something different during practice. Why y'all not playing it now? But then I see it when they play against Alcorn, and so they're preparing for that big route because Alcorn has taken a lot of our band directors or our former students, and they took that same mentality or that same uh, teaching down to Alcorn, and which helped elevate Alcorn in the Golden Girls. So I said we're sharing each other. We're passing on. So I say kudos to every HBCU guy. Now, in reference to that, what's your thought about how HBCU now are selecting their coaches because of what we previously just had here at Jackson State with Coach Prime? Now, I'm gonna let you give your opinion, and then I'm gonna make a statement behind that as well. What's your thought about what do you see that HBCU sports coaches are going now?
Well, people want to blame a lot of things on Coach Prime and the selection, but actually, um, that I believe that kind of started with Grambling. But they went back and got one of their own and Doug Williams. Even Alcorn, when I was up for that job at Alcorn, Dr. Brown wanted to make a splash. So he did something that no HBCU has ever done. He went out and hired Jay Hobson, which is a great guy, did a phenomenal job at Alcorn. Of course, I was on the losing end of that stick, but I was still an Alcorn supporter. Um, and bringing in Dion did a lot of great things for our conference. He dusted off a lot of folders for our conference. He brought light back to our conference. Um, but I'm a football coach. I also believe in not just selecting a guy because of um, um, not selecting a guy because he played in the NFL or this or that or another. I believe in selecting the right guy that has actually went through the mud and went through the process of being a head coach and has the knowledge to be able to lead and guide his football team the best way possible. But to each his own. You select whoever you want to select, however you want to select them. But my thought process is that bringing in guys that have actually done it have actually done it at a high level, and selecting the proper coach, that's just my thought process. That's my opinion. That's my 2 cents.
Again, we talk with Coach Todd McDaniel of Ridgeland High School, the Titans in Ridgeland, Mississippi. He's the head football coach over there at Ridgeland. And again, I know that the program definitely is. They are finna make some people head turns again.
Absolutely.
But in reference to that, if a lot of people are looking and say that bring in a former NFL player to help lead your program, my opinion, HBCU been doing that forever.
Right.
Like I said, Grambling really sparked it off when they brought in Doug Williams,
And
and
great
the year
choice.
he was there, and then I said was an awesome choice. In the years he was there, guess what? He won SWAC all 4 years. He was there, and before him, guys, there was some other great coaches that had the opportunity to play in the NFL. So, like I said, they've been doing that for years, but where the star status of Coach Prime, yes, that brought a lot of attention, and you see other institutions trying to follow in their footsteps. And then sometimes, if they fall flat on their face, like I said, I am a Jacksonian. Now, for my Jackson State supporters and friends and alumni that listen to this, in my opinion, I wasn't at the table when they hired Coach Prime, or even when that even sparked up. When Ashley was making the decision, I think that was more of a business decision. I think it was just a business decision because Jackson State was, I can say, had a black eye on them with the football season not doing successful, and then some news rumbling about financials going on with the institution, or it was some stuff behind the scenes that were not there. And so, and if I got an opportunity to bring somebody that can bring me some financial gain, I'm gonna take advantage of it. And also, Coach Prime took advantage of this opportunity too. So look where he's at now. He's at a Power Five program. and he came in and he made a statement. Was 5-0, made the top 25, and he made the same statement that he did when he came to Jackson State. You better, if you want to beat me now, you better beat me. And so he said it for. So I'm looking forward to
I
seeing what
agree with him
Colorado.
on that. I definitely agree with that. Go ahead. I'm sorry. If
No,
you
so
want to
I'm looking
beat me
forward to
now.
I'm looking forward to seeing what Colorado does, and because I know he's making a great impact, even with financially in Boulder, Colorado, because you go from selling 5 to 10,000 season tickets to selling out of season tickets. So guess what? That's a financial gain for the University of Colorado.
Exactly, exactly. And you know, the athletic director at Jackson State actually made a great choice. He did a great thing by bringing Dion in. But let's not understate this. He did a great job of hiring TC too, because he's going to do some
Yes.
tremendous things at Jackson State. You know, so Ashley was just able to foresee the landscape and be able to make a great choice, and it worked out. It worked out for him, and it's going to work out for Colorado also. Dion is doing some great things. He's laying a foundation there. You know, everything. You know, I kind of say it all the time. Do you want it microwavable or do you want it in the oven? You
But you
know,
know, some fans right now they want the microwave stuff. They're not patient enough because of Sunday dinner. Now I know, like I said, I know your grandmother because my wife she talks about some of the things that your all grandmother's done. Now you know Sunday you go to church, you fellowship, and then you go home. Grandma been cooking by 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning while you still in the bed. And so, but we're not gonna eat till 1 or 2. But it's 3 o'clock in the morning. You cooking already, so it takes time to cook those eloquent meals. And some of our fans now they want now wins. Now this kind of take a this kind of pivot a little bit in dealing with how our fans are right now, especially dealing with the coaching carousel about they want to win now. What's your thought about this transfer portal?
it needs some more regulations. They need more regulations on it. I'm all for kids being able to go to a certain university, whatever the case may be. But I'm not for a kid being able to leave in the middle of the season. You know, it has to be something that they can do. You know, to stop kids from jumping and hopping schools or whatever the case. I don't care if you have to transfer one time or two times, whatever the case may be. But it needs to be some more rules and guidelines put in place. Like right now, it's the wild wild west. I talk to college coaches all the time. They talk to their best player last night. Then all of a sudden they wake up this morning and receive a text, say, "Coach, I need to talk to you." You know, um, is I just believe that it's a good thing in some aspects, and some aspects it's not. Some people are running from competition. Some people it needs some more regulation to it. It definitely needs that. So I'm happy with kids being able to use a collective bargaining agreement and name, image, and likeness and things of that nature. I think the kids should receive some type of compensation. But being able to jump because you offer me an extra $50,000 more dollars right now in the middle of a year or whatever the case may be, um, it's going to ruin college football.
And I know I said doing my studies out as I was working on my master's degree, we did some studies, we did some research on college athletics and how it went from $100,000 budget per program to all these billions and billions of dollar program. But it is what it is. That we just have the technical difficulties, but we are here live at Full Moon Barbecue, 1935 Main Street here in Madison, Mississippi. Definitely come on out. I say getting ready for the Super Bowl. Come on out, get some barbecue. If you don't feel like cooking, you can contact Full Moon and they will definitely come and cook it out for. They will definitely come cook it for you. So you can give them a call at 601-466-7713. 601-466-7713, and let them go ahead and cater your food because they can definitely cook it up. Because I'm here and man, definitely getting hungry looking at all this food. But I know I'm gonna get something before I leave. I know exactly what it's gonna be. I know I'm definitely get something before I gotta get out of here at Full Moon to so I can go home and get ready for the Super Bowl. Now, Coach, so we was talking about the NI deals as well as the transfer portal. Now, like you said, it needs some type of regulation, but they opened up the opportunity and then really didn't govern it correctly. Transfer it down, you should be fine, but you transfer at the same level at the same, you got to stay out 1 year. You got to sit out one calendar year for you to be participant, for you to be eligible. But then some people would say, if a coach can leave mid-year and dishonor their contract, why a player can't do it? So it still goes both ways. So what's your thought about how even the coach can leave, why the player can't leave?
Well, the rule has always been in place that if the coach leaves, the kid can leave. It's a window for the kid to leave, opportunity for him to leave. Now I think it's a 30-day window. If the head coach leaves, then the kid can leave. And I'm all for kids being happy and kids being able to go wherever they want to go. But I just don't agree with kids being able to transfer in the middle of the year. Some coaches are walking on eggshells. They can't discipline the kid the way the way they normally would discipline them. Because they don't want him to jump in the transfer portal the next day.
Yes.
Um, it's just I think it needs some work. It needs some work, and the powers that be, they'll figure it out. So I think this was maybe they were just testing it out or whatever the case may be and how it will go. But hopefully they'll figure something out. But I'm all for kids being able to go where they want to go. But back in my day, once you signed that letter of intent, you had to if you wanted to transfer it, if you wanted to transfer up, you had to sit out a year. You want to transfer down, you're fine. So
Yeah.
but it's something that has to be done because it's a lot of tampering going on with these kids. It's a lot of tampering going on. And I really look at it as though the Power Five colleges have even a bigger advantage now
Yeah.
because they have the surpluses of money, they have the funds, they have a bigger advantage. So you might as well put a salary cap on it.
Yeah, and that's what I feel that college sports is turning to. If you want to put the way, just go ahead and mirror the professional sports. Just go ahead
Right.
and take that game plan and go ahead and mirror it because that's what it's like it's turning to. And some of our players that can leave early, some of them are staying those extra year because of the saying, hey, I get an opportunity, guaranteed money to do this and play college ball. Well, if I go to the NFL, I have a not a guarantee, but I have some money. But then it's probably I'm one and done. A thing situation like that. Now let's take this NIL stuff down. During your time when you were playing, do you feel that you play with a lot of players that would have bankrupt a lot of business, or they would have made a lot of money in NIL deals doing
Most
when you played
definitely.
at all time?
Most definitely. Brian Mix was drafted 33rd pick of the NFL draft. He played on the defensive line with me in Alcorn. Carlos Thorne played in the NFL. We have several guys that I played with. Bivens played for the Patriots. Chad Slaughter played for the Baltimore Ravens and also the Raiders. So we had guys out there that would have definitely reaped benefits from it. That's some really good football players. So you go back and look at it. Yeah, a lot of guys in our conference would have reaped benefits from the NILs and collective bargaining agreements.
Now, with this, the NIL deals in place and then the transfer portal, do you think it's making an impact on high school recruiting, on high school
Oh, most
recruitment? Period.
definitely. Most definitely. Last year I had 13 seniors. I had 10 to sign from JUCO to Power Five. This year I had one. I had one to sign. See, because what's going on now is that the group of five is basically cherry picking I'm sorry, the Power Five is basically cherry picking a group of five. The group of five is cherry picking Division One AA, and so on and so forth. So those universities they still come out and recruit our kids and continue to have that open having a relationship because you never know when a 4-star, 5-star going to come through a high school or whatever the case may be. So they still want to be able to reach out to the high school coach, you know. So a lot of kids are getting are definitely getting looked over. You know, the kid that would normally be a 2-star, 3-star, and maybe sign with a university or whatever the case may be, are just going JUCO now. You know,
Yeah, and that's it. With that, do you think that that is in even for junior college because some of them are not recruit athletes as well, but now with these microwave fans and supporters, they want to win now. So, like I said, the coaches are really heavy in the transfer portal because they want somebody that's already have experience and have years up under the belt. Do you think it's hurting JUCO recruitment also, as which is the 4 year institution going to the junior college?
well, you know, JUCO is JUCO, you know, but they're going to they're going to reap benefits from it. You know, it's a good thing and a bad thing. You know, like I said, the normal guy that I would if I'm at USM and the normal guy that I would recruit out of high school, 2-star, 3-star, tough, rugged guy, raw kid. Now I can go to another university and cherry pick them. You know, I don't have to get this guy that's unproven out of high school anymore. I can get a guy that's already has a year or two already up under his belt playing, and I can look at his film and see how he plays on the college level. But I believe it may be helping JUCOs a little bit more because, like I say, that same guy he doesn't get that opportunity at USM unless he's a 3-star, 4-star, 5-star guy. So now I can go JUCO and then I can matriculate, you know, higher. So it's definitely helping. It's helping our SWAC schools also. They're also being able to cherry pick and get in that transfer portal and find a guy that's already been playing or whatever the case may be. And you know, you just go look at some of the rosters and some of the places that some of these guys come from. You know, that didn't get opportunity to go and play where they wanted to play, but they hop in the transfer portal and instead of playing at D2, D3, they're playing in the SWAC now. You know, so and that's probably where they should have been from the beginning, but it didn't work out for them like that.
Yeah, and how do you feel about when again either high school? I would say, well, I'm gonna say high school. A high school four-star, 5-star player, they sign with this institution, and then they feel like they're lost. They play their freshman year, or they play early, and you look like, hold on, is this the same guy that we saw in high school? And they're at this top program, but then they transfer, and then they continue to flourish. So, do you think that that athlete, that scholar athlete, was disappointed, or they were a little nervous because of I'm in a whole different environment. I used to be the guy, but now I'm not that guy. But I can't beat that guy at
Well,
this big power five. But then it transferred down.
well, let me say this is that some of the guys are putting these labels on young men. Some of them never played the sport. Some of them would, you know, they put a 4-star label or a 5-star label on a guy. Then all of a sudden, you got coaches that do not do their due diligence in looking at the film and really finding out is this guy legit, and they just sign him. You know, that becomes a problem. So now when you get to the University of Oklahoma or Ole Miss, oh, he's not what we thought he was. Now he's definitely going in the portal. You know, so he might be a group of five guy or a high division one AA guy. It happens all the time. You have guys putting stars on guys that really don't understand the game of football. It's easy to walk in and see this guy 6'4", 6'5", that looks like King Kong, but sometimes they can't play.
Now, in reference to those stars, in reference to the ratings, I know some people look at those different rating services. I'm not going to mention them because they're not a supporter of the show, but those different ratings services. I've heard people say they go to different camps. If they go to more like the elite camps, that's how they get their start. But now, when you working out at a camp, it's different from when you playing on that football field because you work down the camp. For one thing, you probably going against air, no pads on. You are.
You know, you play football. We call them T-shirt All Americans.
I'm trying to get the word. I'm trying to get the word. You almost a prima donna because of. now with this, you have the social media retro, the social media athletes that you have your guys, like I said, what's the song said? Tell you you don't need no music, they'll tell your best to hype you up. You
Right.
at the camps, you got your best at hyping you up, and then you get to this camp, everybody wants to see this guy. So you got all eyes on you at this camp. And so you're gonna do the best that you can, and then those recruiting service, those ratings, though, then it's oh, this is a 4-star guy. No, he did this at this camp. No, he ran this at this camp. But then, like I said, look at film, is this a
Wh-
guy that's from that camp?
When I was a college coach, um, myself and my staff, we signed 26 guys. We took a lot of information in from different people and how good this guy is. At the end of the day, we got to see it on film. A lot of those guys wasn't rated highly or things of that nature because some people don't know what they're looking at, and we reap the benefits off that. And so the 26 guys we brought in, 12 of them were all SWACers, 6 of them were all Americans, and some of them weren't even recruited. So my point is that regardless of the star or no stars, give the kid the benefit of the doubt and watch the film. I don't want to see your highlight. I don't want to see your huddle highlight. I want to see a game. That's what some college coaches don't want to do anymore. They don't want to sit down and take the time and watch a game or two or three. It's an all night process. Recruiting is not easy, but it's fun. So being able to find that diamond in the rough, and when we had the opportunity, that's what we did because all going to reap the benefits off of it. You know, um, being able to do that, that speaks volumes. If I ever coach college football again, yeah, I'm gonna look at the list, but I'm gonna evaluate all of them. I trust my own eyesight to be able to say, yeah, okay, yeah, this kid is legit, or if he isn't. So as a recruiter, that's some of the things that people have to get back to. Being able to visualize, be able to see the visual, and being able to give your own assessment, and being able to trust yourself. Okay, this is what I see. Not I understand your opinion. I appreciate it, but let me see what I need to see for myself. And
Yeah,
that's what it.
and I told no, that's why I tell a kid, even I said the guys that I coach, even when I was representing athletes, and I told them, yes, they asked me so, hey coach, no, hey Mr. Boyd, I'm gonna put together a highlight film, no, and send it out to the different scouts, to the different pro teams, so they can see, what I can do. I said that is good. I said, yeah, make it at least about a 2-minute highlight film of yourself. But also, I want you to send 3 of your best games and 3 of your worst games. What you feel are your worst games, and send that to them as well, because they give a better assessment of how to look at the player. No, does this player take plays off? What was going on with this player during this game? No, hey, you played good all your first 9 games, but you got to the 10th game, you went down. No, what happened? Oh, I was sick. Or I got some bad news in the family. I found out this, but then you bounce back and say, hey, but then we could, like I said, you can make your assessment because of, okay, he was depressed during the time. So, but he still played. He didn't give his best, but he still played. So that's why I tell kids all the time, give them film. They want to see game film because they want to see when you're not getting the ball, because your highlight film, you do what? You put your best plays.
Right,
When they watch a game
right,
film, they want to see what you do when you don't have the ball in your hand. When the ball
right.
going away from you, or when you're on defense, no, the ball goes away. Are you fighting to get to that ball? No, it's different things that they look at. And so I try to tell them, so you got to look at, no, they want to see games, not just highlights.
Absolutely. Highlight film is to get my attention.
Yeah.
Once you get my attention, now let me watch your game film. And once I
Now,
watch your game film, then I can go play for play.
yeah, exactly. Now, coach, when recruiting, what what are some of the key things that you look at when you're recruiting an athlete?
Well, first of all, you got to get my attention first. Once I cut on that huddle and see your highlights, okay, yeah, because it doesn't take long to figure out if the kid can play or not.
Uh-huh.
Now let me see, do you have the same intensity for 48 minutes? Are you gonna go out there and play for 48 minutes, or you just gonna play 3, 4 plays and throw it on a highlight film and say how good I am?
Yeah.
So when you're recruiting, it's a lot of detail in it. You want to the first thing you're going to ask about is grades and character. You know, you don't want anybody that if you don't want to do what you have to do in the classroom, you definitely don't want to come out there in that weight room and be in that 104-degree heat every day during the summer. To do what you have to do out there. The classroom is nice and cool, a great environment. So if you can't do it in there, then I can't trust you to do it out here. Then next, like I said, what kind of character? Let me talk to your parents. Let me talk to your head coaches and your position coach. I've had guys that come and recruit kids and don't even go through the head coach. They talk to the kid and I got an offer, coach. You
From
know,
who?
well, well, I got an offer, coach. And oh, really, you got an offer? Okay, but still in all though, I think that as a head coach or as a recruiter, you want to talk to the head coach, you want to talk to the position coach, you want to go meet the parents. Invite your friends. Oh, let me see what kind of friends you're hanging out with when I come do your home visit. Because in order to go to Jackson State, it's $17,000-$18,000 a year, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, almost $80,000 investment.
you correct.
I need to
Yeah,
know. I need to know who you are.
yeah,
Maybe
and
that's too
now,
old school.
yeah, and like I say, a lot of our scholar athletes now. You have some of your best athletes that are walking the hall, but they just can't. Like I said, they don't have that get right, or like I said, if you can't do your work in a almost a controlled environment where it's cool and calm, like I said, how can I trust you in the weight room when it's hot? When I intentionally turn the air off because I want you to sweat. I got a few guys that are a little overweight. I'm gonna try to get them lean and cut. And then when
Right.
you're out there in the football field, I know it's 100 degrees and you playing with all them pads on. Are you gonna quit on me? And that's why I talk to other athletes about the transfer portal. Now it's good, but like I said, if you've been in transfer portal about 3 or 4 times, coach is gonna look at,
It's a
are you
red
the issue
flag.
or yeah? I'm saying
It's a
that
red.
that's automatic
He's
red
probably
flag right there.
he's probably the issue. He's probably the
Yeah,
issue. I tell my kids originally all the time, let's be comfortable being uncomfortable. Let's be comfortable while being uncomfortable. Yeah, let's expect the adversity. Let's expect it when it strikes. Tell my kids that all the time. So when it strikes, it's okay. It's just another hug. So once they understand that, then great. But when you see kids in transfer portal or they haven't played since 2019, you know,
it's something. But Coach McDaniel, I really appreciate your time, man. Now the owner, he said he waving his food all around my face, and I think he's trying to give me a signal, say time for me to go ahead and pay for my ticket, so I can go ahead and get something to eat. Now I know the
right,
family probably gonna call me to bring them something to eat, so I gotta order for them as well too. But again, next time, well, I know you right around the corner, so we definitely gonna come borrow you from the school for a few minutes. We definitely come on by, and I said break bread. I live in here over at Full Moon. Like I said, you see him.
absolutely,
That's a man right there walking through there. Got trays and stuff in his hand, feeding everybody. But hopefully, he kind of waving in the background to me sometime, saying, "Hey, you need to come on
right,
get your food." Like Grandma said, it's time for dinner. But Coach,
absolutely.
is there anything else that you definitely want to share about Ridgeland, the Titans over this upcoming season? I know that this is what championships are won right here during the all season.
Well, this is the thing is that Ridgeland is a great place, family oriented atmosphere, and great community, great kids. And I'm extremely happy to be at Ridgeland. We have been working since November the 3rd. We've had 3 months in the weight room, so we are correcting some of the things that wasn't able to correct during the season. And this is going to be a brand new Titan family that steps on the field this year, and I can't wait until August.
All right. Well, Coach McDaniel, again, I really appreciate your time for joining us this Saturday. I know, like I said, you got to grade it because I know y'all doing some stuff with Ridgeland celebration. I know you got to talk with Coach Stringfellow and Coach them about to congratulate them. So they probably finna have a parade at the school, but make sure I go the opposite way so I won't get caught up in that. But let Coach them know, congratulations, man. Congratulations on your season. I know it wasn't the way you wanted to turn out though, but hey, I know you got a lot of work that you're doing, and I know that the style of coach are with success that you guys are going to have in the future. But coach, appreciate your time, coach.
I appreciate you. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Again, that was Coach Todd McDaniel over at Bridgeton High School. Again, we're here live at Full Boom Barbecue. Man, definitely come on by 1935 not West, 1935 Main Street here in Madison, Mississippi. Surrounded by a lot of other different business. If you're doing some shopping, if you want to come out, just spend some time and sit back and watch the game. You know, like the view where I am right now, I have 4 TVs that I can look at. You got sports to the left, sports to the right, sports above me, and sports behind me. So definitely come on out to 1935 Main Street in Madison, Mississippi. Get you some good barbecue. So now, with that being said, it is about that time for me to get ready to exit, so I can go ahead and get some barbecue that Tim and his staff is preparing. But man, so if you are looking for a caterer, definitely go ahead and call 601 466 7713. 601 466 7713 and place an order for a caterer. I don't care if you order one chicken wing, get you a 50 order chicken wing and some barbecue, but make sure you order some banana pudding because I definitely want to try this. They only make it when they have a cater and a catering order and they ordered it. So if you order some banana pudding, let me know so I can definitely go and get some. They said they can send me something to the side because every time I go there, I ask them, did somebody order some banana pudding because I want to try it. Now I know my mother's probably gonna look at this. Mom, I love your banana pudding, but when I came up here the first time, they kept on ragging about it. So you know, I have a sweet tooth, and I just want to try it. So yes, I'm going to come up here. And so if you order the cater, 601-466-7713, definitely order some banana pudding so that they can make me some, so I can sit it to the side, so I can come up and try it. But ain't no other banana pudding like my mama's banana pudding. So much love to you guys, man. It's about that time to get out there again. We're live at Full Moon Barbecue, 1935 Main Street. It is 12 o'clock. You see the patrons are coming in. I know you hear the children having fun, enjoying themselves here. So we're getting excited. It's almost that time to go get something to eat. So I'm going to place some order while I'm breaking things down. And then I got to go take care of my stuff. But before I get to go now, I know we're hosting some other events and stuff. Come on out to the JPS Middle School All-Star Game take place at 6 o'clock at Callaway High School. JPS Middle School All-Star Game will take place today at Callaway High School. Definitely come on now and support those future scholars. Now it's time for me to get out of here because, again, I'm getting hungry. There's people with this food walking through here that's making me hungry. So it's time for me to go eat. But you know how we do it when we get out of here. You know, much love to you guys. See you guys next Saturday. 1 + 1 = deuces. Y'all be easy.